Okay, let me see if I can give you a explanation on what I'm doing here. So let me show you the camera setup first. On the top, we have Canon80d with the 100x400 zoom lens, okay? Now, underneath that, we've got the Zoom F4, what the Canon80d is sitting on. Below the Zoom F4 is a Really Right Stuff head. Below the Really Right Stuff head is a Pro Media Gear carbon fiber tripod. Below that is a special little unit that attaches to the tripod, which took like 3 weeks to come in. I couldn't believe how long it took, but it's pretty awesome. It really goes on here well, which is holding the battery that I bought off eBay, which comes up, which will also power my Canon80d, and it comes up here and it connects into the Zoom F4. So basically the Zoom F4 will pretty much run all day, maybe even 2 or 3 days, who knows. Now on the other side, here's where we've got our microphone connections. This one's going to go to my voice, the silver one. This one goes way out in the yard, and this one goes way out in the yard. And let me walk over and show you those. And we got the second microphone here, which is pointed here at the bird bath. And this is a test for what I'm doing. I don't plan to use it in my yard, but this is just a test. My other one, I guess I kind of want to point it more at the wilderness. See what we get there. And there's that. Let's go high on that. And let's go high on that, which can be adjusted by my zoom. We're going to record. We're going to send it. Okay, now I've got this set up with the Canon80d, the Zoom F4, 3 microphones. Now originally when I set this up, my microphone connected to my shirt wasn't getting recorded to the camera through the sub out. So I had to play around with the Zoom F4 with their menu system with a headset on. It made it a whole lot easier with a headset on instead of guessing. So when I did that with the Zoom F4, like I can hear those birds, zoop, zoop, I can hear those crystal clear. And that's coming through microphone 3, which is the microphone pointing into the wilderness. Microphone 2, I've got it set up where it's pointing at the bird bath. So the sounds are really, really cool and crisp clear. I've got number 2 and number 3 cranked up about 3/4 to where microphone 1, I've only got it turned up a little bit past half. Now what I liked about the Zoom F4 is that there's one button you press. This audio recorder is just awesome. The more I use it, the more I get familiar with it, the more I love it. Now I've got one setting where when I turn one off, it turns off 1 and 2. So there's some setting I gotta fix for that. I'll play with that later and figure out what that is, because I prefer all the microphones to be separate, because you just press the number on the Zoom 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can turn microphones off and on, which is cool. I can hear that car. Okay, let's stop and try something else. Record. Hit record. Okay. Okay, now the 2 microphones I put out in the field, microphone 2 and microphone 3, there's a setting on them where you can click it on minus 10 dB. And I put them both on minus 10. But I've still got the setting on the Zoom F4 pretty high. And it sounds like I took the cars down more. I'm seeing them drive by, but I really don't hear them that much. I'm getting more of the birds, so leaving the microphones at a minus 10 dB seems like the sound's a lot better. It's not as sensitive. Now that one I could hear pretty good. Now keep in mind, 3 microphones are running on the Zoom F4 with one wire with a sub out going to the Canon80d microphone connection. And everything is being piped in. Now what I like about the Zoom F4 is I hit record on my camera first, then I hit record on the Zoom recorder, and up to the top right there's a little squiggly line which is a tone. If I press that button, it sends a tone to the camera. Beep is what it does. And then I turn it off. So now when I put this video in my photo editing, my video software, Power Director, and I start editing it, I can sync up that tone and get the sound perfectly synced. And the more I use this, and that's becoming the biggest thing. I mean, it wasn't just a matter of learning everything inside my Canon80d now. And now I'm learning everything about audio in my Zoom F4. Now the learning curve is not as much as it was with the camera. The camera had a lot more of a learning curve to it than the Zoom F4 recorder does. I heard that child in the background. Having a headset on when you're recording makes a big difference. You can hear all the sounds better with a headset. And the headset is plugged into my Canon80d, my DSLR camera. It's not plugged into the Zoom F4. Now keep in mind, yes, I'm running all the audio from the Zoom F4 into a sub-out into the Canon80d, and the sound is being recorded on the Canon80d. But it is also being recorded on the Zoom F4, so I basically got multiple audio tracks as a backup. So as long as the video looks good, I'm going to have audio everywhere, basically audio on the Canon80D, and it's recording 3 separate microphones into 3 separate files with each microphone. So I could use one microphone and not the other 2 if I choose. So this is really, really cool how this is turning out, but the setup is everything. When you actually sit down and set this up and get it all going, you know, that 20 minutes, that 30 minutes of setup time, making sure everything's recording right is key. Once you've got that set up and you want to do it with a headset, then you're ready to go. So this is really, really cool on this setup. Boy, that bird's clear as day with that microphone. If we didn't have the cars in the background, that would sound really, really good. Alright, that's it. I gotta sell the house and move into Timbuktu. It's amazing how you don't notice those sounds when you're outside working in the garden or you're just outside going for a walk. But when you connect all this stuff up to a camera and you put a headset on and you start listening for sound with the video, it's really amazing how now you're paying attention to every little sound you hear, like that right there. That guy needs to fix his muffler. That's amazing. And that's quite a ways away. I mean, that's like, I don't know, a block from a busy road. That's quite a ways away. And you can still hear those cars being picked up. Well, it looks like the birds are coming back now. They're hanging around the bird feeder. See that loud noise scared that bird. It went back in the trees. And I do see a couple cardinals and a blue jay up in the other trees, and they seem to be going after the bird feeders on the other side, like they're hiding from me. So this is turning out to be a nice setup. The only thing I wish I had, I wonder how far I can go with wire. I mean, I'm 75 feet right now with XLR cable. I mean, can I go 500 feet, 600 feet? I don't know. I mean, I could use some more longer cables. But it's not a must because I do have my camouflage blind. So now I gotta figure out all this weight, these batteries. I'd say with this getup, I'm probably looking at 30 pounds. Look at the birds. Is what I'm probably looking at. And then you figure the tint blind. It's possible for me to carry all this in my backpack. I'm probably looking about 40, 50 pounds, good for a couple days. And with those new batteries I got, they really make a difference. Now originally I'd forgot to turn on my portable battery I have in the bottom pouch here, and it was running off my 8 AAAs. Double A's or triple A's? Double A's. It was running off 8 of my double A's, and it was dead in probably an hour. Yeah, it was dead in about an hour because I'd forgotten to turn the big battery on. But the Zoom was warning me. It was telling me that it was getting low battery. So then I started, when I mean low battery, I got a big battery hooked up to it. So then I took a closer look, and sure enough, I didn't have it turned on. So that made a big difference. Is that cat hunting? Am I in as far as I can go? See if I can get that cat. What's the cat doing? He scared all the birds away, I'll tell you that. He was hunting though. Oh, he's going to get a drink out of that bird bath. Look at that. Hey, he's getting a drink. Can I zoom in on him? Yeah, he's in the bird bath. I can hear him drinking. That microphone is actually picking up that cat drinking. I hear something. It's actually a feral cat in the neighborhood. We feed it. And it'll come over and let us pet it once in a while, but it's kind of skittish. And that bird, that bird thing I just made was only there for a couple days, and I can't find it that quick. Where's he going? Looks like he's hunting. Looking for something in the garden. Now I don't think I like how the camera sits on the Zoom F4. It's not stable enough. I think the Zoom needs its own tripod, and the camera needs to be on the really right stuff head. What the heck is he doing? He's rubbing himself all over that tree. That's weird. Trying to get his scent on? I think he's spraying. That's why he's shaking that tail, because that is a male cat. Well, that's certainly different. Come outside to play around with the Zoom F4 with the Canon80d and catch a cat spraying. Yeah, look, these guys going back in the bush now. He's out doing his thing. So if an animal gets really close to those microphones I picked up, you could actually hear them licking the water. And I guess that was within about 10 inches. Is what that was. That's a good sign, because that means you don't want to start recording the groundhogs or the deer, and I can get close enough, or even find out where an eagle lands, for example. Maybe I can get up there and run a microphone and hook it up and get the actual sounds that go on within their environment. That's really going to be amazing. Now this is quite a long video, but anybody that's thinking about buying a Zoom F4 or hooking up to a DSLR or doing kind of what I did with 3 microphones may come along this video and think, wow, that's pretty cool. And what it all picks up. I could imagine if I had one of those, wow, they should want to get one of those, you know, $700 microphones or whatever, and think, wow, I wonder what they would pick up. And get them all set up. This is one hobby that gets pretty expensive, I'll tell you. But I really, really do enjoy it. Really gives you some peace of mind and gets you away from the house. Alright, there's, I don't know if you call it a review or whatever you want to call it, but there's a setup with the Zoom F4, my Canon80d. And you'll see why now I picked up a Pro Media Gear tripod, why I wanted such a heavy-duty tripod, and because of all this extra equipment I plan to add to it. Now the only thing I would change with this is I really don't like the attachment that attaches to the top of the F4 for the camera. It just doesn't seem stable enough. I mean, when I grab it with my hands, it's got a little bit of shake to it. I mean, if you're just going to leave it, then it's fine. But if you plan to move your camera around, then it's not so great. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one.